Sheetz has been poisoning your drinks. Hi, I'm Jeremiah Smith. I have worked for Sheetz since they opened a store in Carthage, North Carolina in December of 2023. Ask anybody in my community. I love my job. I love my company. Over the years, I learned almost immediately that who they advertise themselves as and who they actually are as a company are two different things. But I've never spoken out about it publicly because I was hopeful that everything could be solved in-house, that they did care about me and my issues would be taken seriously. So I've always used the things that were available to me as an employee. It's because of those things that I've realized that this issue will not be solved by going to district or corporate or HR. And trust me, I've tried. I have tried taking this issue up. They keep trying to tell me it's resolved. I'm on strike. I take care of my disabled dad. I can't afford not to work. Friday of last week, July 17th, I did my shift barely. I could barely get out of there quick enough. And I posted in my work group chat, I do not feel safe at work. I do not feel comfortable working for people who would knowingly break QA codes in a way that has been literally poisoning my customers, my community that I care about. And I will not be returning to work until a company-wide investigation has been done on the matter, because I have proof that it has been going on for a long time and it's pretty widespread. And yeah, it's not QA, but people in power are teaching people to do this in order to save time on cleaning. As for what the actual issue is, I would not be saying any of this without proof. From working at Sheetz, I have learned if I do not have some kind of physical evidence, it doesn't matter if everybody I worked with stood up and said, hey, he's right, he's not lying. It's just hearsay. I do. I have recorded conversations. I have text messages. I have pictures. I have told all of this to everybody I have talked to in the chain of command. The HR lady I spoke with the other day said when I told her that, she wasn't curious about the information. She wasn't curious about seeing any of the evidence. Her response was, I do not consent to being recorded. I explained that I had recorded our conversation because this is about my safety at work. I am allowed by North Carolina state law to record things of that nature. She did not like that, and we ended the conversation there. What happened? Wednesday, July 15th at approximately 9:27 p.m., I go to do my task, dishes. I open our commercial dishwasher, which gets up pretty hot. Our hot water heater be putting in work at Sheetz. And all of our Monin syrups that we use to flavor our SBC drinks are in the dishwasher. They have been run through. Not like the sealed bottle like they come off the truck, like they're in the racks we keep them on when we pump the syrups. They got the racks with the syrups in it, with the dispenser nozzle and everything, and put through our dishwasher to clean them, to save time on cleaning them. It's taught to hand wash those things. That is the correct way. That is how Monin wants you to do it. I know how to clean them. I am all the time showing people, hey, this way is actually, maybe the best way to do it, the safest way to do it. When I saw it, I took a picture. The manager who did it, my hospitality manager who is responsible for running them through the dishwasher, comes around the corner. Hey, I know that's not QA. Don't take a picture of that. We get into an argument. It gets kind of heated and ugly even while I'm checking out customers, and it's embarrassing that I'm having to explain to my manager why it's not okay to compromise food products that we intend to sell. Don't worry about those customer interactions. They were wonderful still. I still gave good service. They thanked me over and over again for helping them out the way I did. So I was arguing with my manager, but I wasn't being ugly to my customers. I swear. He tries to explain to me that even though it's not QA, he had been shown to do that when we were short on time. And he starts getting ugly with me, saying that if I'm upset about that QA violation, and starts listing off all these other things that we do wrong, or these QA codes that we break at work, saying that, well, we do all that too. I don't see you making a big fuss about it. And I had to explain to my manager that as my manager, that's your responsibility. That if you are aware of those issues and you're allowing them to continue, that's not an argument against me calling out something wrong. That just goes to show the environment and community of neglect that is going on. At the end of my shift, he does come up and apologize to me for how he spoke to me. He said, but just so you know, I had the similar reaction when I first saw it. You can ask another store manager who had been working at Sheetz for 15 years, and he would tell you that's the way he showed me to do it. I'm still not including names because for some reason I don't want I want to protect these people even though they've proven that they don't have those concerns about me. Whatever. I messaged my store manager about it, and her response, I can include that here, I believe, and maybe bleep out her name, was, oh yeah, many stores do it that way. The water, the dirty dishwater and the chemicals, cleaning chemicals, can't get into the bottles, but the heat had never been taken into consideration. So y'all knew y'all were breaking QA code by doing this without fully considering the consequences. He tried saying that it's the chemicals getting into the bottle I was worried about. No, I mean, they can get in there. They keep trying to convince me they can't. Those bottles are not air watertight. I'm concerned that putting PETE1 plastic bottles into a high temperature environment that they are not made for has been proven to cause chemical leaching, to cause the plastic to melt, to add antimony and phthalates and melted plastic into every syrup pump that I have been giving to my customers maybe since I started. And they're all trying to say, well, the issue's been resolved. They resolved the issue by sending my district manager a text to the group chat. Hey guys, don't keep putting the syrup bottles to the dishwasher. Apparently the heat and the plastic don't mix. LOL. She said nothing about disposing of compromised product. The next day I work, Friday, July 17th, I come, they put me in the drink making station. They're the same bottles that were run through the dishwasher. I have a breakdown. I make 3 or 4 drinks and have a breakdown because I'm literally poisoning people without even able to tell them that I'm doing so. My kitchen manager, takes me to the office to ask what's up. I explain. She's upset too. She sheds a few tears saying that's wrong. I can't believe that. Throw them away now. She goes to call our store manager to let them know that they are going to throw away all this product. No, you are not doing that. So my kitchen manager comes back with me. Hey, sorry, you can't. I tell her to put on speakerphone. I speak to her. We get into an argument. She's very kind of ugly with me about it. And I am having to tell her I'm not comfortable using compromised products. She said, that's fine. We'll move you to a different station. I'm not comfortable with any of my coworkers using compromised station. Okay, but the district manager said to stop compromising the product. She didn't say anything about not using that product or throwing that product away. I had to explain to my boss's boss, that you shouldn't have to be told to throw away products that are even potentially compromised. So she said if I wanted to throw those products out, I'd have to go over her head. I did. I went to district. She did finally agree to throw the bottles away. This is 2 days after I brought it to her attention, though. I, at $15.50 an hour, had to tell my district manager, probably making well over $100,000 a year, hey, not only should we not be compromising products, we should not be using those products if they have even potentially been exposed to that kind of contamination or compromise, whatever. But I've had to argue with all levels, all the way up to HR. I've told them on Friday, after my shift, I'm not comfortable coming into work. I will not be coming into any shifts until a company-wide investigation has been done, because I have proof that it is happening in several, different stores. It's not just our location. It might be even across state lines and company-wide. I have not made any post or anything until now, because I was worried that maybe I was just upset and that people would think, oh, he's just trying to get revenge on the company. Y'all, I swear to God, if I could stay with this company for the rest of my life and get this issue resolved in-house, I would. I'm okay with being a gas station attendant for the rest of my life, making $15 an hour if I can keep caring for my community in the way that Sheetz had allowed me to do. They are trying to cover this up. They are trying to make me complicit in poisoning my community. I don't care about money. I don't care about recognition. I am doing this because I need your forgiveness. If I have ever made a drink for you at Sheetz, Lord, dear God, have mercy. And if I'd have extra in my blender, I would give it out and act like I was doing them a favor. And I didn't know. I didn't know I was poisoning them. I swear to God, please forgive me. That's what this video's about. If I've ever made you a drink, please forgive me. If your kid grows up with cysts in their belly or ulcers all in their throat because they drank milkshakes from Sheetz that I made them, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I can't forgive myself until I've got this out there, and I will not be silenced. I've tried to remake this video less than 10 minutes. I can't. Please help me get this out there. It's not right.